all this equipment. She never needed all those before. Does this mean
Let's not jump to any conclusions until we talk to the doctor, okay?
Vange, it's me. I hope you're not in any pain.
We're here now, okay? We're not going anywhere until we know you're gonna be all right.
Just wanted to check in on Taya, see how she's doing.
Danny's in there with her now.
She still must be in shock. Danny okay?
Oh, she just found out her mother's dying. How would you guess she's doing? Yeah, whatever she thought her future was going to be, it's gone now. All that's left is fear.
You're not just talking about Danny, are you?
So Hannah's saying she didn't push you down the stairs, but she knows who did.
And she will not share that information unless we cut her a deal.
Total immunity.
Ah, I see. I see. So we're supposed to overlook the evidence that she's given us because it's completely false.
And not only for Marty's case, but for Robert Ford as well.
That's the only way she's going to agree to talk.
Well, the girl doesn't ask for too much, does she? Where is she now?
In an interview room with Elijah Clark.
Is he the one pushing this immunity thing?
No, she came up with herself before he was in the picture.
Is it doable, Nora? I'd really like to know what happened, who pushed me down the stairs.
I know you do. And I wish I could make it happen, but not this way.
So no deal.
I'm really sorry to both of you, but no deal.
You think you saw me push a pregnant woman down a flight of stairs? You think I cracked your ex-lover's skull? What do you think I'll do to you if you try to turn me in?
You're trying to scare me. And you know what? I'm sick of being scared. And I'm tired of lying. I have to get the truth out there once and for all, and if I get punished for it, I don't care.
Well, that might depend on who's doing the punishing.
I mean, how are you going to get to me if I'm locked up anyway? I mean, at least being in jail would keep me safe from you.
And what about Cole Thornhart? Will he be safe? What do you think?
Leave Cole alone.
I'd like to. He's a good kid. It'd be a damn shame if something bad had to happen to him, and you had to spend the rest of your life knowing it was all your fault.
To find someone that knows
wait.
what's going on. I need to talk to a doctor.
You need to talk to me. You can't just tell me you shot someone and run off.
Cole, it's a very long story, and I promise that I'll tell you about it later, but right now, I need to see how James is doing since he got out of surgery. How is he?
I don't know. He hasn't woken up yet.
James? James, can you hear me?
Twinkle.
Even though Vange couldn't say anything, I used to feel like if I said something, there was a part of her listening. But now, Chris, we can't tell her we're getting married. Not when she's... Mom, Vange looks terrible. What's wrong?
Your sister's having some problems with congestion. And the doctor felt that she should spend a few days in the hospital.
Congestion?
Sometimes your sister gets infections and they give her some antibiotics and it clears up.
Is that what the doctor said? It's an infection?
Well, it's happened before. And I'm sure that it'll be the same thing this time. Excuse me, sweetie.
Do you want me to call the doctor so you can ask him some questions?
Oh, I see. What I say isn't good enough?
No, that's not what I meant, ma'am.
No, it's all right. You go ahead. Go ahead. Don't listen to me. Take your information from the man who put your sister in the bed to begin with.
It's totally unfair.
Mrs. Williamson, with all due respect...
I do not need your respect. Evangeline was attacked in your home, and maybe you should think about that before you make the same mistake.
The only thing I can think about right now is Evangeline and what we can do for her.
What we do is we get her better, then we take her home.
If that's all there is to it, then what's the harm in talking to her doctor?
Doctors are no help. They just tell you the worst so that if it happens, you can't sue.
I don't think all doctors are like that, Mom.
I do not need any one of them telling me what I already know. My daughter is going to get better, and then she is going to come home where she belongs.
I know it's been a really long night. Why don't we sit down?
No, I can't. Where's Star anyway?
Well, she's here in the hospital waiting for her friend to get out of surgery.
Oh, yeah, how's she doing?
She's a wreck, Todd. I mean, it all depends on this boy.
James?
Yeah, James. If he makes it, she's going to be fine. If he doesn't,
You should have seen her face when she realized she shot the wrong guy.
What in the world was she doing with a gun? How could you let that happen?
You mean me? It was James' fault.
What?
He got her mixed up in all this. Never should have happened in the first place.
Thank God it's over, and Cole's with her now, so everything should work out.
Oh, sure, it won't work out now.
What is that
Be so
supposed to
short.
mean?
Well, I just don't think he's going to be the golden boy after his escapades with Hannah O'Connor.
Well, nothing would thrill you more now, would it? Listen, I got news for you. Star and Cole, they'll work things out. They always do.
Yeah, whatever. At least Cole came with some good news this time.
Yeah, what?
Well, it seems that Hannah O'Connor decided to tell the truth, that she didn't see me push Marty Seabrook down the stairs. She lied the whole time about it.
You're off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
And Taya doesn't have to worry about cutting up with the case for you.
Right, that, and she doesn't have to worry about me not being around to take care of Danny.
Well, that's wonderful, Todd. I'm happy for you.
Are you happy for me? Well, that's funny because I remember you being one of the first people to assume I was guilty.
Thank God you're all right. How are you doing?
I don't feel all right. Everything hurts.
Good.
Good? You like seeing me suffer?
Well, you're awake. And being in pain is a very good sign that you're alive.
Okay, I'm all for the glass half full stuff, but that's a bit much.
Okay, this is really touching and everything, but you know this girl put a bullet inside you, right?
Not on purpose. It was an accident, right, Twinkle?
Yes, it was an accident, but if you call me Twinkle one more time, I cannot guarantee your safety.
All right, okay. I've had enough romantic comedy for one day. I'd like to...
Cole.
What is he doing here?
Ford is James' brother.
Yours brother?
Yeah. I'd like a moment alone with him, if you don't mind.
Star, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Right. Okay. Look, I'm really glad that you're awake, but try to get some rest, okay? Don't let him tire you out. He's all yours.
One, Ford identified Hannah as his assailant, and two, there's physical evidence.
I know. I was just hoping that maybe...
I know you were, and I don't blame you. I don't. But I can't go to the man and tell him that the person who nearly bludgeoned him to death is going to walk because she's got information about a case that's completely unrelated.
Don't worry. If we can't make a deal, we'll find your attacker some other way.
I'm sorry. I hope you're okay with this.
I guess I have to be.
Okay, so here's a plan. We're going to go after Miss O'Connor really hard about the Ford case, and maybe she'll let something slip about Marty.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Clark's too good of a lawyer to let his client incriminate herself.
So I'm just supposed to incriminate myself for you?
Beats the alternative. Unless you don't care what happens to Cole Thornhart anymore.
Of course I care. I love Cole.
Are you sure the feeling's mutual, though? Especially now that he knows you lied about Todd pushing his mother.
Wait till he finds out it was you.
You say one word, you are signing Cole's death warrant.
How do you expect to get away with murdering your own client?
Because I am the last person that anyone would suspect. Honored member of the bar, known for my pro bono work. If Cole were to get hurt, people would not be looking in my direction. Trust me.
Trust you? After everything you've done?
No. After everything you've done. Hannah, you're the one on trial here, not me.
You will be if anything happens to Cole.
Sweetheart, you just don't get it. What happens to Cole is entirely up to you.
You're right. I jumped to conclusions, and I should.
Yeah, I mean, whatever was going on between me and Marty, did you think I would make her lose her baby?
I'm sorry.
At least Star believed in me. But she couldn't convince you, could she?
You know what? I'm trying to build a life for myself. I didn't want to get sucked into your drama yet again like I always do. And okay, maybe I went just a little bit too far in
A little bit?
direction.
You were willing to let me go to jail for something I didn't do.
I said, I'm sorry. Okay? And I'm really happy that things are working out for you and Danny because she's going to need her father.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I scored a few points with her helping her rescue her boyfriend.
Good. Don't blow it.
So, instead of lecturing me, why aren't you out building your new life?
Old habits die hard. But if you must know, my new life is moving right along.
Is it? How so?
Eli asked me to marry him.
No fooling. Already?
We've been going out for months.
Oh, yeah? What did you say?
I said I'd think about it.
What is there to think about? Either you love the arrogant jerk or you don't.
It's very simple. If you want to keep Cole safe, you're going to tell the police that you pushed Marty Saybrook down those stairs, and then you went on and attacked Ford, too.
And John McBain, he's gonna believe me. Why?
He's going to believe every word if you do it my way.
If you guys really think that we should cut a deal, I will rethink it.
No. You can't give immunity to someone who's changed their story that many times. I mean, look at this. First it was Manning who pushed Marty down the stairs. Now it's someone else. I mean, you can't believe a word this girl says.
I keep changing my story. Why should the police believe anything I say?
If the cops care about the truth, please. They care about two words. Case closed. You're giving John McBain the chance to close two cases at once. Plus, the department trusts me. They would never believe I'd do anything that wasn't in my client's best interest.
Clark will make sure Hannah gets her story straight this time and sticks to it.
Well, whatever he does, I hope it doesn't interfere with what he's supposed to be doing for Cole. His case is still pending.
I wouldn't worry about that. From what I've seen, Elijah knows how to keep a lot of irons in the fire at the same time.
If he convinces Hannah to tell the truth, Clark's job is pretty much done. He'll have plenty of time to devote to Cole.
You're right. The best thing that Hannah can do for herself is to come clean about Ford and Marty.
Please tell me I'm wrong.
About what?
You and Star Manning. Tell me you're not into that girl.
What do you care?
She's a pain in the ass. The girl showed up at my office and started freaking out at me because I was seeing a friend of hers and she couldn't take it.
The same friend that tried to bash your head in?
No, that was a different one. The point is that she's trouble, and I don't want you around her.
Thanks for the brotherly advice, but I think I can take care of myself.
Really? Well, what happened with Dad? You want to tell me about that?
I can deal with it.
Sounds like he almost dealt with you. Actually, speaking of which, I've got some good news.
Really, and what's that?
Dad's been arrested.
You serious?
He's gonna be away for a long time.
You kidding? So, I'm finally free.
Not exactly. Why didn't you tell me what was going on?
You were barely breathing. I didn't think you could do much from a hospital bed.
Well, I'm fine now. I want to help you.
The time to help was a while back, Bobby. But you took off and you left me alone with him, and now I'm paying the price.
And that's when the lights went out and everything got crazy and I hit the wrong person.
What if you were the one who got shot? You could have been killed.
But I'm not, Cole. I'm fine, and James isn't, and it was all my fault.
Your fault? You wouldn't have been there if the guy that put you in the line of fire in the first place.
I just want to make sure that he's okay. Can't you understand that?
What's the deal with Twinkle?
What?
I heard him call you that.
Just some stupid nickname that he gave me that I couldn't stand.
Trying to run from a hitman, it seems kind of like a weird time for nicknames.
Well, he was just trying to help me forget about being scared. For part of the time, it actually worked.
There's no change. I'll check again in an hour or so.
Did you hear that, baby? You are doing fine.
We'll be right back. Excuse me, doctor. Could we ask you a few questions? Of course. My fiance and I, we have to get back to Pennsylvania soon, and we're hoping to help my mother get Evangeline home from the hospital. Can you tell me when that might be?
What did your mother tell you about your sister's condition?
Just that this has happened before, and it's usually because of an infection.
And she said when the antibiotics kick in, Evangeline could go home.
That's been true in the past, but I'm sorry to say that this time the situation's different.
Different how?
Your sister doesn't have an infection. She needs to be on a ventilator or she won't be able to breathe.
I don't understand. My mother said Vange was going to be okay.
Well, your mother's having trouble adjusting to some new realities. It's understandable. I've tried to explain that Evangeline's respiratory system is failing, but I don't think she's hearing me.
Her respiratory system is failing? And you can't fix it?
Not at this stage.
So my sister's never going to be able to breathe again without those machines.
I'm sorry.
It's just my entire future at stake. I'm glad to see you're so cut and dried about it.
The guy asked you to marry him. It's not exactly an essay
I
question.
just never imagined myself getting married again, you know?
With your track record, I can't blame you.
That would be your track record too, Junior.
And we're not talking about me, are we?
What are you talking about? When are we not talking about you? Every conversation always comes back to you.
Are you going to marry this cheesehead, or aren't you?
I don't know Todd, but he's not a cheesehead, all right? He's a very kind, loving guy. And he treats me like a queen, thank you.
He's going to live to regret that one. You haven't answered my question.
Why don't you refresh me?
Do you love him?
Yes. I do. Are you kidding me? I could never pull that off.
Would you rather get the bad news about Cole from your friendly neighborhood prison guard?
You just said you wouldn't hurt him.
If you do what I say.
Even if I follow your instructions exactly, there's no guarantee that they're going to believe me.
Oh, you don't understand. They're primed. Not only do they want to believe you, they have to believe you. The evidence, the fibers from your clothes, Ford's blood on your sweater.
All of which you planted.
But they don't know that. And I'll provide all the necessary backup, so stop second-guessing yourself and go with it.
That's easy for you to say. You're not the one who has to perform.
Please, you're a natural. You had Cole fooled for weeks. You could be on Broadway, kid. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Then let's do this.
I think we've given them enough time to confer, don't you?
Oh, I certainly do. Lead the way.
Go.
Star, it's gonna be okay.
sorry. I just feel so bad about what I did to him.
Star, he practically kidnapped you at your graduation after putting a killer on your trail.
You don't mean to get me involved.
But you did get involved. You could have been hurt.
He's had a lot of bad luck, Cole.
Like having Ford for a brother?
No, there's a lot more to it than that. And I actually wanted to help him, and I ended up shooting him instead. So can you please just understand that I need to make sure that he's all right?
I knew if I stayed, neither one of us would get away from Dad. So my plan was to go out, make a name for myself, and come back and get you.
Yeah, funny how that part got lost in the show.
Okay, I know, my brilliant plan failed. I thought I was going to direct the next Hollywood blockbuster. Instead, I got about as far as promising newcomer.
Well, I was having fun being the unwilling accomplice.
I hated that.
Then why didn't you do something about it? Forget the fame and the fortune. I didn't need that. I needed someone to get me the hell out of there.
I'm sorry.
Well, you were busy. So many chicks, so little time.
But it wasn't like that. It wasn't about the women. I let my life get complicated. I can't fix that. But I can start over.
How?
Well, we're together now. We can, stay that way.
Counselor? John, please come in. I need your help.
What's going on?
It's Hannah. Something's wrong.
You see someone in trouble, and you try to help. And that's just who you are. Most of the time, I wouldn't have it any other way, but this just went on way too long.
I didn't know that when I first got involved. And what about you? You weren't exactly waiting at home for me. You were off with Hannah helping her hide from the cops.
I didn't even know the cops were looking for her until we were already in Maryland. And I went there looking for you.
Why would you believe Hannah, out of all people, that she would know where I was?
She showed me that picture of you with James, and once I saw it, I don't know. I couldn't think straight. Look, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be grilling you.
No, you shouldn't.
Can we just go home? Please? Look, he's gonna be fine. His brother's with him. Come on, let's just get out of here.
But how can she... I mean, people can't stay on these machines forever. And what kind of life is that?
That's why we're urging the family to make a decision.
Whether to continue with it or not.
But if Vange can't breathe without help, and we take her off those machines...
No one wants to do that, Layla, but, it actually might be the kindest thing for her.
But how can I be the one to decide that?
I'm sorry, Miss Williamson. This is not a situation that anyone wants to deal with. I'll give you some time to think.
Oh, I can't believe this.
I know. And we came here to tell her that we're getting married.
And now I have to be the one to decide whether to keep my sister alive.
That is not up to you. We are taking your sister home, Layla, and I do not want to hear another word about it.
Mom, please, I don't think you understand what...
No, I understand fine. In fact, I wonder if this is what you always wanted.
How can you say that?
Well, if Evangeline's gone, you don't have to feel guilty anymore. That's it, isn't it?
Crazy enough to love the guy. I don't know what you're waiting for.
You want me to marry him?
Oh, I just think you should look in there and listen to what those two people are saying. And life is short. You want to spend the rest of yours twiddling your thumbs?
I just, want to be smart instead of jumping in head first like I always do. Sometimes it doesn't pay off.
Maybe.
Maybe what?
I just think You know, most people spend 90% of their lives totally miserable, and the other 10% their sleep. If you found someone who can give you better odds, I think you should take it.
That might be one of the nicest things you've ever said to me, Todd.
I want you to be happy before it's too late.
You really think we can just go back to the way things were when we were kids?
Look, I know I let you down before, James, okay? But not this time. I want to help you any way I can.
Until you decide it's too much work.
I'm not gonna bail on you!
The other day, Star asked me if I was anything like my brother. She meant, do I hit on everything that moves? And I said no. But I was wishing I could say yeah. I've always wanted to grow up and be just like my older brother. Because there was a time when I was proud of you. You know that?
I make you proud of you. I swear.
I did it for Cole. 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 I did it for Cole.
I want to go home too.
Good.
Just let me tell James that I'm leaving. Hey, I just wanted to make sure that you're okay before I took off.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. With Cole.
Don't let us keep you.
You take care of yourself, okay?
Star, wait. Could you give us a minute? So, you and Cole worked everything out, huh?
Well, I told him that the reason why I wanted to help you was to protect him and Hope, obviously.
And he believed you.
Anyway, okay, well, I'll talk to you later, all right? Bye, Mom.
Is it true you were off playing Bonnie and Clyde with my favorite stalker?
I wasn't playing anything.
Yeah, well, you were playing with fire, buddy. You're lucky you didn't burn. Hannah O'Connor is a psycho.
See what I mean? Everything was fine at first. She was a little quiet, maybe, but she seemed to be listening. And then I told her that I thought the best strategy, based on the evidence, was to go with the truth. Obviously. Well, she looked at me like I'd slapped her in the face. Her eyes went dead. It was as if she wasn't even there anymore.
You felt she was dissociating from what was going on?
Yeah, probably so. She started mumbling to herself, and she just ran over there, curled up into a ball on the floor. I put my hand on her shoulder. She shrugged it away. I don't know what happened.
Guess she doesn't think much about your truth strategy.
Marty, I'm worried about her. Really. It's as if she regressed 10 years in the blink of an eye. It's like we're dealing with a child.
Hannah. Hannah, do you know who I am?
Dr. Saybrook?
That's right.
I'm sorry. I pushed you. I didn't mean to hurt you or your baby.
Why did you do it?
I wanted Cole to leave Star. I wanted him to love me. He was good to me, you know. He wasn't like Ford. Ford hurt me. So I hurt Ford. I took his trophy. And I couldn't stop hitting him. Because I didn't want him to hurt me again.
This is true, Hannah.
Do you know how much I love Cole? I'd do anything for him. Anything in the whole world.
See what I mean? She's falling apart.
I love my sister.
Not as much as you love a man. You always wanted what Evangeline had. And once she couldn't fight you, you came in and helped yourself.
That's an ugly thing to say.
And it's wrong. You make it sound like Layla took what belonged to someone else, but Evangeline and I were over before the accident. We weren't together anymore.
I do not care about any of that. care about is taking my baby home. And neither one of you is gonna stop me.
She's scared. Layla, she doesn't know what she's saying right now.
Ooh, yeah. I wish I could believe that. I really do, but we both know the truth. My mother meant every word.
I can't believe I'm actually going to say this out loud, but you made a good point. Life is indeed short, and so as soon as Eli finishes with this client, I think I'll go hunt him down and give him my answer.
Why wait? Why don't you call him and leave him a message?
Maybe I will.
I'm gonna go and see about Danny and Tay, see how they're doing.
Todd. Thank you. You really helped.
I'm just glad I'm not marrying you. Or you.
Hannah, I need to ask you a few more questions. Would you look at me, please?
What do you think?
She's in and out. I mean, it could be temporary, but given her history, we should not leave her unsupervised.
Cole? Cole?
It's okay.
Cole?
Sorry, Cole's not here. Cole's not here.
I did this for Cole. I did this for Cole. Where is he? Where's Cole? Cole.
It's okay.
Cole and that girl who was running away from the cops. What's her name again?
Hannah O'Connor?
He say what he was doing with her the whole time?
Well, she showed him a picture of you and me. And she told him that we had gone to Delaware together, so that's where they went. When they showed up, she showed him fake evidence that you and I were... that we were having a thing.
You and me. And he believed that.
Not really, no. I mean, he knows that I would never cheat on him.
So, everything's cool now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's back to normal.
I guess this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
Okay. It's time. Hi, Eli. It's me, and I know you're probably with your client, but I wanted you to know that I've been thinking my little heart out, and I know that you want your answer, and I'm going to give it to you sooner than you think.
I'm not sure what the hell that is, but it's pretty clear she's in no position to testify right now. I mean, as Marty says, it's temporary.
Well, we're not going to know that until we have a full psych evaluation. We're not going to be able to schedule that until tomorrow at the earliest.
So meanwhile, what? We put her in a holding cell? You said she needed to be supervised, right?
Yeah, we do know she's tried to hurt herself once before.
Then Hannah needs to be at St. Anne's, not jail.
All right, look, just give me a second. All right, everybody calm down. Hannah, look at me. Okay, I need you to help me understand something, okay? Can you do that? All right. Remember what you told us before? How you didn't attack Robert Ford? You were pretty clear on that, weren't you?
I lied.
You lied. You lied. Okay, what about when you said you didn't push Dr. Saybrook? You said you could never hurt...
I lied.
Why do you keep changing your story, Hannah? Why do you keep changing your story?
Cole. Everything was for Cole.
always seem to have a lot to say to each other. That doesn't bother you?
Why would it? Star told me what happened and why. Your brother got himself into some trouble and Star tried to help him.
Yeah, well, I can take over from here.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, take care of yourself, and I'll come back and check on you in a couple of days.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll be fine.
I wouldn't be so worried about you if I didn't shoot you.
That's the price you pay for getting trigger happy.
You know, you are as funny as you think.
Hey, Twinkle. We have a saying in Ohio. You shoot a guy, you own him.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's go get our little girl and go home.
Before, at least Vange looked peaceful. You could almost tell yourself she was sleeping. But I feel her struggling, Christian. I hear her calling out to me. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
We'll figure it out. I promise. We're gonna figure this out together.